My dear sister in Jesus Christ, is it nice to see you every Wednesday's morning? I hope you will not become tired of my presence, and your hands will not become withered from doing good things. As we heard in the first reading, David got into a strange situation. He was only a youth, but volunteered to go and fight the Philistine, who had been a warrior from his youth. He had courage because he trusted that God is always with him. In the end, he won over the big and strong warrior of Philistines. He did not win because of his own strength, but because of the Lord's battle. God delivered the enemies into David's hands. And then in the gospel, we heard that Jesus cured a man who had a withered hand. We can think that God helped him to fight over his battle with the paralysis. And the man had won when Jesus said to him, "Stretch out your hand." He followed God's order and stretched it out, and his hand was restored. Dear sisters, everything appeared to be no more until we look at the situation closely. The Pharisees also watched Jesus closely, but instead of following Jesus, they were trying to see and accuse him. What they wanted to do is to catch Jesus breaking the Sabbath laws. And in the end, they went out and immediately took counsel with their Herodians against him to put him to death. So, by reflecting on readings today, we realize that with God's power, we can have courage to do everything, even impossible things. We can win over our problems with God's help because God fights for us. Our battles becomes God's battle, and the result is always a win. However, sometimes in our daily lives, we are still afraid. We are afraid because our enemy is bigger and stronger than us. We are afraid because of our paralysis in some areas that we are not an expert in. Or our superior gives us a strange assignment that we feel is difficult to handle. Therefore, the readings today invited us not to go or not to be afraid to do good things, even if it goes against people's eyes. As a leaders or guider, we are asked to look closely at our followers. Look closely to realize the good deeds they can do and encourage them to keep doing good things. And if they do not do good things, we correct them instead of accusing them or putting them to death. We are invited to follow Jesus, not the Pharisees. My dear sisters in Jesus Christ, from yesterday's, the church opened a week of prayer for Christian unity. I know that your motto is Counum Amina Una, meaning one heart and one soul. I am sure that you know exactly what unity is all about. So you can pray and keep doing good actions so the church can be united like you. I encourage you to never tire of doing good things and to live in union with God. I wish you a week of unity with Jesus Christ and with your sisters in the communities. Amen.